What's going on, guys? OhhMyGodzilla here with another episode of our PodZilla, our little Godzilla podcast. Super excited for this one. We have MikeZilla from Mike's Godzilla Room. Thanks so much for coming out, man.
What's happening, peeps? Glad to be here.
Yeah, Mike's got a super fun channel over there with lots of awesome stuff. I always like checking out your videos, man. What initially kind of got you into Godzilla? When did that start?
Okay, so the story begins with a little thing called blockbusters that kids these days might not remember. I say that as if I'm old, but that's beside the point. And a little movie called Godzilla versus the Smog Monster. You might have heard of it. It's pretty obscure, but I don't have like big memories of it. I remember seeing that movie and then seeing Godzilla 1998, and those were the two that like got me hooked on it. And I remember getting them at Blockbusters, and that's pretty much all I remember of it. But that's just what really started this whole thing.
Okay, that's awesome. At least you remember your first Japanese movie. I can't, I watched the 98 movie first and kind of got pulled into the world, and then just kind of went searching the internet to find the Japanese movies, whatever I could find that was just streaming. So I don't even remember my first Japanese movie that I watched. I want to say it was maybe Godzilla versus MechaGodzilla. And I know Final Wars was close to the first one I watched, but I don't think it was. But that's cool that you can at least remember going in and picking out those movies. That's awesome.
It was funny actually, because I watched the Godzilla the series before I saw the movie, and I remember thinking that the movie was based off of the series. And then when I was watching the movies, and it didn't even occur to me how old the movies were, because I was just watching it like, oh, this is some new movie. And then I'm like, wait a second, aren't those two towers that aren't there anymore? What's up with this? Is this old? What? And I was just so confused at the time.
That's funny. I still need to sit down and watch the whole series. I've seen parts of it, and I own it, but I haven't sat down and watched the whole thing. So I definitely need to do that.
I mean, I have it in a DVD over there. I all I really remember is there's an episode with like giant rats. That was a lot of fun. That's the only memory I have.
Yeah, I know it was kind of a lot of fun little crazy kaiju in there, and it kind of redeemed Zilla for after his not so amazing movie. I think a lot of people like the series a lot more.
Yeah. The artist is on DeviantArt. His name's Phil Barlow. He did a lot of the creature designs, and I just love looking through his stuff. His art style is amazing.
Oh, okay, I'll have to check that out. I haven't seen that before.
Yeah.
So did the collecting follow really closely after your first movies, or did you not kind of fall into that trap for a little while? Had that fall in?
So I've got a funny, somewhat convoluted story regarding my collection. Which I imagine you've seen my collection tour, and I want you to take a guess at how long it took to get that stuff.
I don't know. I'm tempted to either guess really short or really long.
I mean, you're bound to be right with one of those.
Yeah, I don't know. A couple of years,
really
maybe?
Short, really long, couple of years. So it's been less than 3 years.
Wow.
So I like to talk about how whenever I talk about getting into Godzilla, I first have to talk about the Kenner Jurassic Park line.
Okay.
Because that was my first true love, basically.
Okay.
And I was growing the park promotion, and we went to Toys R Us all the time, but we never bought anything. Like, we didn't have that kind of money. It was like during the financial crisis and stuff, so no one had any money. So I would just go into the store and look at the stuff on the shelves, and I'd be like, I want that. And I remember the Jurassic Park, and I remember Bandai Creation, which was a thing at the time. And I saw that stuff on the shelf, never got it, and I'm just like, one day all of that will be mine. And I didn't know what I was getting into at the time, but let's just say it was all mine now.
Yeah.
I mean, I was like involved. I didn't buy anything, but I knew about, like, Rich Iso and what was that, Goji Fan 93 and the people who were big back in the day. But I
Yeah.
never got like into it until literally King of the Monsters is what spurred me into buying stuff.
Okay, that's funny. Yeah, that was. I definitely had a lull and then a big resurgence around the time of King of the Monsters. That definitely hyped me up to keep spending my money. So yeah, that's a fun.
But yeah,
What were your first couple of figures you remember going and buying?
the very first one, which is the only one I have from my childhood, was the Bandai Creations 2000 Godzilla 2000.
Okay.
And I got that probably in like 2007, 8, something like that. And that's the only one I have from back then. But I imagine the second one would have had to have been the SH Monster Arts Godzilla 2003, which I got on a whim, not planning on collecting. So I don't really count it as when my collection started. I just kind of bought it for no reason.
Okay. That's fair. So that was actually one of my favorite SH Monster Arts that I have.
Yeah.
That's probably my favorite suit design. So I was really
Yeah,
excited.
that's my other SH Monster Arts is my first favorite, which is 89.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that one's pretty good. So did you with the 89, did you see the stuff that just came out with today?
Yes, I'm very excited over that.
Yeah.
We were having a whole thing at Toho Kingdom just chatting about it. I'm so ready for that.
Yeah, I was and I saw, and I knew Super 7 had teased they were doing some stuff, and I think I saw that they were doing some reaction series Godzillas, and then they teased that Biolante Godzilla yesterday, and I was expecting maybe another, a little reaction, something a little cheesy, and then I was just blown away. Like, it looks like they're probably, trying to find the middle ground between SH Monster Arts and NECA, maybe a little more expensive than the NECAs, but I guess more expensive than some of the SH Monster Arts, but it looks like it's almost on that level of quality. These things look awesome.
Yeah. Uh, my general defense is that, like, yeah, it's more expensive than SH Monster Art, or about as expensive, but it also has all of the add-ons and it's also 8-inch scale, so I think that makes up for it.
Yeah, I'm super excited for the 8-inch scale. I really love the 8-inch Bandai's.
Yeah.
So that'll be super awesome, and to have the rose face. I don't know, whatever you want to call him, the non-fully evolved Biolante is super exciting, just because they don't really have much along. It's hard to find anything along those lines right now.
From what I've seen, taking G Forever's word as fact because I trust him, it seems like there straight up is not another Rose Biolante figure in that style, like suit accurate.
Yeah,
like this is the first one.
I think the only ones I've seen are like I don't even know what they're, maybe like the Giga Brain, but they're like
the stylized ones.
Yeah. Weird. Yeah. So yeah, this one is super exciting to have a, more suit accurate, movie accurate looking one, and so many interchangeable parts. That's better than the stuff I think Monster Arts has been giving us.
Yeah. And I was one of those people who's like, oh, Super 7, they just overcharge for stuff. And then suddenly I'm like, okay, I want this injected in my veins now.
Yeah. I definitely was sure to pre-order that one as soon as it popped up.
Jesus.
So super excited about that one. Little on the expensive side, just because I wasn't expecting it to be so big and nice. I was more expecting like a $20-$30 little thing. But so since it is like a huge articulated, detailed 8-inch thing, the price point actually seems pretty fair, because I'm sure if SH Monster Arts did an 8-inch Biolante, it would probably be $150 at least. So 85 a throw is not too bad.
I am excited to see if they do like a full form Biolante at some point. That would be a lot of fun.
Yeah, that would be super cool. I'm just hoping that they really just start pumping out figures and do tons of awesome, different suits of Godzilla with an enemy. I think that'd be really.
Yeah. Did you see that for the reaction line they're doing the was it 57 suit from the scrap movie Volcano Monsters?
Yeah, I did see that. I had to do a bunch of Googling about it when they announced it, because at first I saw it and I was like, that's not a real thing. That must be a
Yeah.
typo or something. That, Godzilla movie didn't come out that year. And then because I did a video about the announcement. So but I wanted to know what I was talking about. So yeah, I was Googling and found out about this movie I never knew existed. And so yeah, that'll be super cool.
Yeah.
And it's a cool looking suit design. I like it's
Yeah, I mean, it's better than the 55 suit, in my opinion. I don't know why they couldn't have just gone with something like that.
Yeah, the 55 suit definitely seems to get a lot of trash talk, and it's not that great. And in the movie, it doesn't look good, but in the 50th anniversary memorial box, that is one of my favorite figures in that box, and I don't know why. Like, it's just
Me too.
It turned out really good.
Yeah, I absolutely hated the suit until I got the memorial box.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like a weird little redemption for this.
Yeah, I mean, that happens a lot where I hate something and then I get a figure of it and then I'm like, I don't hate this as much now.
Yeah, definitely. That was a definitely really, really cool one. That's kind of how I was about the 8-inch Jet Jaguar. I was like, oh, the 6-inch is so much better. And in terms of paint and everything, I think the 6-inch is better. But there's something about the 8-inch, and I just really like, and I really like, like I said earlier, the 8-inch Bandais are really, really fun, and I like them a lot. They're a little bigger. So once I got that 8-inch Jet Jaguar, I was definitely glad I did.
No, I definitely think like Godzilla collection era Bandai is where it's at in terms of like the best figures.
Yeah, those are definitely some of my favorites as well. And that kind of reminds me of something I think you said you wanted to chat about is, why you really like collecting Bandais, and you avoid some other lines. Do you want to chat about that?
Yes. I believe I specifically mentioned why I'm not super into X Plus.
Yeah.
And it's funny I say that because I'm actually getting my first X Plus figure in about a week from now. My seller has it like stored away for me, which, by the way, my seller's amazing. Some guy named Rip City Kaiju. He is the GOAT.
Half my new stuff is from him.
Oh, really?
I love him so much, but I hate him because every time he posts something, I'm like, oh, I'm broke, man. What are you doing? So yeah, he's hooked me up with a ton of new stuff recently, and he's the best and worst at the same time.
No, literally, I think 70% of my collection's from him, and he always like whenever he gets some new stuff, he's like, I gotta ask you first, do you want this? And I'm like, yeah, of course I want it.
But yeah, it's hard to save up any money with him around.
Yeah, so he got this Godzilla 1998 X Plus in, which is like one of the rarest X Plus figures. So obviously, even though I don't like X Plus, I gotta have a 98 figure, so I just jumped on that immediately. So that'll be next
really cool.
week.
Yeah, are you gonna do a video on it when you get it?
But yeah.
Oh yeah,
probably. I definitely need to get in the habit of doing more videos. I meant to have one recorded for my super premium over there, but I just didn't because I work 40 hours a week. I find it difficult to find time to do videos sometimes.
Yeah, but I feel that one.
But yes, X Plus. I have the somewhat controversial opinion that a lot of X Plus figures don't look very good. And I mean, like the sculpt and stuff obviously is higher quality than Bandai, but I feel like a lot of especially Godzilla, their faces just don't quite look right. Do you understand at all like what I might mean by that?
Yeah, I've definitely seen some where I've kind of been like, especially because they're going for that hyper realistic, perfect sculpt. What if it's a Bandai, obviously there's some room for error because it's not perfect and they're not, But yeah, I definitely understand that to an extent on some of them.
Yeah, I think the most prominent example would be the new, I think it was a 93 they did with like the glitter a while back, and I just like it's weird looking. I can't be the only one that thinks that figure just looks weird.
Yeah, I'm not sure if I even saw anything for that one.
but yeah, it was kind of like, the original Bandai like glitter Goji from the Godzilla Forever line is
Yeah.
like that basically. And I'm gonna pull up a picture for my reference so I can talk a bit more specifically. But I remember it coming out a few months ago, and I was just like, I can't be the only one who thinks this does not look right. But yeah, he's got like these really big eyes, and then his legs kind of like jut out like that. It's just really odd looking. And then some of their older figures are kind of the same. Um, like I think there was a 92 and then an 89, and I just thought the faces looked weird.
Yeah. Definitely some of them. I'm pulling up a picture of that one so I can know what you're talking about.
I try to look for like a front hand view because that's where it's the most glaring.
Yeah, he definitely is a little interesting. That's pretty cool that they did that sculpt though. But yeah, he definitely
Yeah.
his head doesn't look quite right. Yeah, he definitely could use some, especially because it's an X Plus. I'm sure it was $1.5 million.
But like yeah, if I was gonna get a X Plus, I would stick to Yuji Sakai since that man cannot like mess up. Everything he touches is gold. And those are in my opinion, those are the only good X Plus sculpts are the Yuji Sakai ones.
Yeah,
I can't comment much on the other kaiju. 99% just Godzilla. That's just how I do it.
That's fair. That's fair. What's kind of the thing you've bought most recently? Within the last 6 months or so that you're super excited you have.
I mean, there's a very obvious answer for this. Obviously, it's going to be the super premium.
Super premium.
And I would, I was excited to bring it on this podcast, and then I don't remember which it was, but I remember I watched one of your other ones, and then I think it might have been the G Forever episode, and he brought it up. So I'm like, well, I can't bring it up again. That's retreading. We can't do that.
Yeah, I think it is right within arm's reach. So those came up, so he busted them out.
Mine's all the way over there anyway. I should have brought some figures like here so I could grab them, but
there's always times where I'm talking in these and I'm like, oh, I want to grab that, but it's too far. So I have some stuff right next to me, but normally the stuff that comes up in conversation is way across the room. But yeah, I got my
I got this guy.
Is that the Hobby Lobby thing?
Oh, this is the I think, was this Mondo? I think it was Mondo. It's a piggy bank.
Okay, I think that's the one. Did you buy that online or did you get it at Hobby Lobby?
I don't even remember. It might have been at Hobby Lobby. I haven't done as much like shop searching recently. I'm mostly online at this point.
Yeah, I think it's a Hobby Lobby one because I have a bunch of. I keep seeing online people are like, oh, I just found this at Hobby Lobby, and I keep thinking to myself, I gotta go check it out and see if I can find one, but I have no reason to go to a Hobby Lobby beside that, and I don't think there's anyone like that would make sense to go to, so it would be like a big trip out of the way. So I haven't gone and picked that up yet, but it's a good looking, it's a fun little piece.
Yeah, it's very cute. But yeah, so super premium is definitely like I had basically given up on that a while ago, and then I'm like, wait a second, there's a little thing called tax refund. Now I know what I need to do.
There you go. Yeah. I used my my stimulus check to buy mine. So. So I got mine last year, and then I picked up the Meltdown one also a little while after that.
So speaking of this is somewhat of a completely random tangent, but I was just thinking about this. So when I got my 40th anniversary memorial box a while back, I got it from Rip City Kaiju, and he said he had one for another guy around the same time. That was you?
That was probably me, because I got mine like maybe 3 months ago or something. Not even 3 months ago. Like maybe 6 weeks or something.
Yeah, I got it in early January, and I noticed you posted a video like right after I got mine. So I'm like, oh, and then
I imagine that was me.
Yeah,
because I got mine from him also. Yeah, that's funny. That's funny.
That is kind of funny. But yeah, anyway, so me being tangent again, but yeah, So the super premium was part of a set of goals I had. I had like the Holy Grail figures that I sort of began listing when I started collecting, and so that was, I think it was the first one, and that one I got pretty quickly. I'm trying to remember what the other ones were. There was the Yamada no Arachi, the big red 8-headed dragon figure. You know about that one?
Okay, yeah.
Um, then there was the original like Great Monster series, Godzilla 1964, which was that big Bandai one from back in the day. And what was the other one? Oh, the 2 memorial boxes. Those were the other ones. But those were my holy grails that I at the time thought there's no way I'm ever getting any of these, and now I have all of them.
Yeah, that's a good list. Yeah, and I think the 64 I just got was the most recent one of your list that I just got, and I also got it from Rip City. I got that one I think in January.
Mm-hmm. Do you know which version of it you got? Like, because there was the 84 and then the 88, and they're actually substantially different.
I don't know.
The
Would it
best way
the bottom of the foot?
It might. I think the best way to tell is from the color of the nails, weirdly enough.
Let's see. So he's got gray nails.
Okay, gray nails usually means it's the 80. Yeah, that looks like the 80, or yeah, 88.
You
so
are
that's
correct,
the one I
sir.
have. So the 84 version has white nails, and it has a thicker neck. Its legs are a bit closer together. It's a bit taller, and it has more paint on its face.
Oh, okay. I didn't even know they did a reissue of that way.
Yeah. I've noticed that the 88 version is usually in the $300 range, whereas the 84 version is usually in the $1,000 range, from what I've seen.
Wow. Yeah, I definitely got the 88, and thankfully didn't pay $1,000 for it.
Yeah. So I noticed that Rip City Kaiju had he had the 84 on auction a while back. It was damaged, and I guess I probably should have told him, hey, wait, this is probably worth a lot more than you think it was, but I just wasn't thinking about that at the time.
Yeah.
So I don't know how much it sold for. So.
But you said you have the 88 also?
Yeah, I also have the 88.
Okay. Is there so since you've completed your list of your Holy Grail list, is there anything else that is now currently on it?
Right now I'm like really looking into like stylized like Marmot and Gigabrain and M1 stuff.
Okay.
And so there's this glow in the dark set that was M1 that I want to get, and it was Godzilla 89 and Biollante. And there's one on eBay that has it along with like Kenpachiro, Setsuma, and a few other signatures that I'm looking at. And I'm okay with saying that on this stream because it's $500 and nobody's going to buy that. So I don't have to worry about someone taking it from me.
Yeah, that's fair.
But I want to get that, and then what was it? There's a Maru-san, and they released this gigantic Biollante figure that I want. You'll notice I've brought up Biollante a lot. I'm kind of biased, but I definitely want this giant Maru-san like stylized Biollante figure. It's very colorful, and I like it.
Oh, okay, I'll have to check that out. I don't know if I've seen that one. I think my Holy Grail list right now is mostly the Godzilla Forever series figures are on there. I don't have any of those. Specifically the Rebirth, the glitter.
Okay, I'm gonna do this one thing where I'm gonna grab one figure.
Yeah, go for it.
Because this thing is awesome. I just gotta grab it real quick.
I'm about to be so jealous of you. Yeah, that glitter one. I don't think he can hear me, but that glitter one's really. Oh, so you have it.
So this is like one of my favorite figures in my whole collection. I'm just in love with this guy.
Yeah, that one really looks really awesome too. Mm-hmm. And that's the Meltdown run from the
Forever
series,
is
right?
The Godzilla Forever one, the 8-inch one. They did a 6-inch version for the Toys Dream project. That's a lot cheaper, but I like my 8-inch figures.
Yeah,
I have both though.
The 8-inch are some of my favorite. You know, I just really and it took me forever to get an 8-inch figure. I figured, you know, when I was early collecting, I kind of avoided the 8-inch ones just because I was like, oh, you know, I have the 6-inch ones. I want to keep everything in scale. And then I got my first couple of 8 inches and it was just like, oh my goodness, these are so cool. Like they're a lot of fun. I really like the 8 inches.
Yeah, my first 8-inch was the Godzilla 2002, and I hadn't really done any research. So I'm like, ooh, a Godzilla 2002 figure. I bought it, and then when I opened it, I was blown away because it was huge, and I did not expect that. I'm like, why is this so big?
Yeah, I think we might secretly be almost the same person because I think my first 8-inch was also Godzilla 2002 because, like I said, that's my favorite suit of Godzilla, and he doesn't have a 6-inch right now. But
wait a second.
Yes.
Gotta grab another figure real quick.
Oh man, I'm about to see something I never knew existed, and I'm gonna have to go buy it. That's the blessing / curse of this.
Okay, so there actually is a 6-inch Godzilla 2003. So it is 6 inches. So this, most people do not know this figure exists because it's not a traditional vinyl. It's actually like a RC roller figure.
Oh, okay.
So good luck finding this.
Yeah, very rare. Now I'm gonna have to. That's a cool one, yeah. But it would definitely be that's one of my top ones I want for Bandai to do is a 6-inch, a 6-inch 2002 or 3. That would be really cool. And the ones that NECA did, I was a little under. I don't know. There was something about them that I just didn't feel like was. Yeah. They could have done them a little more justice. I feel like. They're still good, but I felt something was lacking on them.
Yeah, I'll get into my opinions on NECA in a bit, but I actually customized my 2002, 2003 a little bit. So what I did is I took like some sandpaper and I just sanded down that like pig nose that he had. Yeah. And then I repainted his eyes. I made them golden and gave him smaller pupils, and that alone made him look so much better.
Oh well, yeah, I don't trust myself to do that. I'd mess it up.
I mean, I am an artist, so I know how to do certain things.
Okay, that's fun. Yeah. So what about NECA?
So I'm once again the kind of stuff you don't want to say on r/Godzilla is talking about how much I think NECA probably didn't put very much effort into their Godzilla line, because like on its own, I have most of the figures in the line and I think they're fine enough. It's just when you compare them to NECA's other lines and see how just absolutely perfectly movie accurate and gorgeous like the Alien or Predators figures are, you're like, wait a second, it kind of seems like they were a bit lazy with the Godzilla figures.
Okay. I never thought about it that way, but yeah, now that you bring it up, yeah, I do know that the Alien and the Predator stuff are super good. And yeah, the Godzilla stuff was always good, because I was normally holding to like, oh, it's just like a cheaper SH Monster Arts, which to an extent it was, and they're decent for the price point. But yeah, I guess now that you point that out, I definitely do see how the Aliens and Predator stuff is definitely gets a little more detail putting into it.
I think when it comes to NECA, I think their best stuff is like their like fancy color versions, like with the NES Godzilla. I think that's probably my favorite NECA figure.
Yeah, that's definitely a fun one. Do you have a NECA figure that you really, really didn't like?
I think my least favorite, and it pains me to say this because favorite suit, but I think the NECA 89 was just not good.
Yeah, that was the one. I think that one came out right around the exact same time as the 2002-3 did, right? Those were kind of their last two.
The last two.
Yeah, so yeah, maybe it definitely kind of shown through that maybe those two were kind of their final whatever. We're losing our license anyways. Let's just get these out.
Yeah, and now I have the SH Monster Arts for both of those, so I don't really care anymore.
Yeah, the SH Monstars is good. Yeah, and the 89 for SH Monstars came out really good. I thought that was
Yeah,
one of the best figures of the year last year.
yeah, it's definitely my favorite articulated figure that I have right now. Though I don't know, maybe Super 7 can change that. We'll see.
That would be great, and it looks awesome. I love how many interchangeable parts it has. So
Yeah.
I'm super excited to get that thing. You know, hopefully November, December timeframe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Already ordered it. I'm super ready. Yeah.
Yeah. I pre-ordered it right after I got my video all prepped, and it hit upload, and while it was uploading, I popped over and pre-ordered it. So
Yeah.
and I don't think I ordered, because I have the Super 7, the little Shogun Godzillas, but I think I got those from Big Bad Toy Store. I checked Big Bad Toy Store earlier today, and they didn't have this set, but I'm wondering if they're going to get it, and if the prices will be any different, because normally I just do all my ordering through there, you know, when I order new stuff at least.
Yeah, I have the Shogun Warriors one. So I was at this comic shop in St. Augustine, and I had no money, and I saw it on the shelf there. And so I look at my girlfriend Mara and just gave her like the puppy dog eyes, and then she's like, "All right, fine." So
that's
worked
good.
out.
Very lucky.
Very lucky. Yeah. I still need to get the Marusan one. I definitely want to get that one. It looks pretty good.
From Super 7. Is that the one that just came out a couple days ago?
Yeah, the one that was just released.
Yeah, I didn't get that one either yet, but yeah, it looks pretty cool. I didn't even check the price on that one.
I think they're all about $20.
Okay, so it's the same as the other kind of reaction ones.
It's a bit more than they're probably worth, but I mean that's okay. I did think it was funny that when Super 7 posted it, and there were comments from people who clearly didn't know that it was based off a vintage action figure, and they're like, what is this trash? Like, it looks awful.
This looks so old and lame.
You don't understand the original figure. It's classic.
Yeah. Do you have the original Shogun?
I don't, unfortunately. It's something I've considered getting. I'm not willing. Like, if I'm gonna spend that much money, I'd rather get like the Popey Jumbosaurus that the Shogun Warriors was based off of, because I like that one a bit better. They're both really expensive.
Yeah, I definitely don't blame you. I don't think I got my Shogun forever ago. I think I talked about this a couple episodes ago on this show. I think, but I got mine a long time ago. I can't, for the, and it's still to this day, I'll still sometimes do it, but I'll just go to Craigslist and type in Godzilla and just see if anyone's selling anything. And I did that a while ago. I was probably in early high school or something, and somebody was selling the Shogun Godzilla, but the lever where he pressed to stick out his tongue was snapped off, and the shoot up thing, his hand doesn't work. It doesn't shoot off anymore, but it came with the hand. And I got it for $25.
Oh,
so yeah. Yeah, like you said, if I wanted to buy one now, I'd probably just buy, something, I'd buy a big Bandai I've wanted for a while or something. I definitely don't, think I would have thrown down that kind of, the kind of money that it normally sells for it. I just got it because it was so cheap, and I scored, and some guy in Craigslist is kicking himself.
Now I think if I'm going to spend a bunch of money on a vintage Godzilla figure, I think there are cooler ones than that one.
Yeah, I'm pretty much right there with you. Did you pre-order the Final Wars SH Monster Arts Godzilla?
No. So I'm picky when it comes to my SH Monster Arts figures, because kind of for the same reason I didn't get into Marmot for so long, is because I know that there's a rabbit hole there, and it's probably not something I want to go down, because then I'm gonna be like, oh, I need to find the Space Godzilla, or I need to get Destroya, and then suddenly I'm down $5,000 trying to go back and get all the ones I missed. And I'm still very tempted to do Hedorah though.
Yeah, the Hedorah looks really good, and I almost wish, although it is nice that you can get all the forms of it, I almost wish they did like just like a singular Hedorah for like $100, and then did the whole set for $200. Because
that would have been great.
because I just don't know if I can justify $200 for the set. I just don't know if I want to. I'd much rather. And even with maybe it's a sign. I don't know, because I've had the Godzilla Ultima and the MechaGodzilla 2021 pre-ordered for forever, and their pre-order date keeps getting pushed back.
Yeah.
And the longer it gets pushed back, the more I'm like, do I really want to throw down for these? Because I think the Ultima is like 120 and the MechaGodzilla is like 150. So, and the more time that passes, I'm just like, I could cancel both those pre-orders and buy myself the Glitter Godzilla or something that I wanted. So, I've definitely tempted to do that, but they both have their pros and cons about them. I like them both, but I don't know if and that's SH Monsters, I feel like lately has been trending towards, more breakable and more expensive at the same time. Like, something I feel like, and the Godzilla and Kong for Godzilla versus Kong were like $70 or something. And then they're going to turn around and give us, say MechaGodzilla is 150.
Yeah. Which I should say, the Godzilla looked like trash anyway. So
it left something to be desired for sure.
It was rough.
Yeah.
Were you gonna say something?
No, go ahead.
No, I was just saying, in terms of those, I am getting the Ultima at some point. I got tired of waiting for the pre-order, so I'm just like, hey, Rift City Kaiju, can you do me a favor? And that got it done, so he has one waiting for me. But what else was I gonna say? I forget, so back to you.
So like I said, I might end up canceling those and just waiting and seeing if the price if the price drops a little on people who kind of ended up not wanting it after they have it. So we'll kind of see on that. And then they came out with the Singular Point Rodan. It's like $55.
Yeah, it's like have more like that.
Yeah, their pricing seems to be all over the place.
Yeah.
A little crazy.
Have you pre-ordered any of the Mezco stuff that's coming out?
Yes, I have both I haven't pre-ordered the Godzilla versus Hedorah set yet. But I have the Destroy All Monsters sets pre-ordered, and those I'm super stoked for. Those look awesome.
Yeah. I'm looking at the Godzilla 91. Like, I'm just like, oh, I kind of want it, but I also kind of don't want to pay that much.
Is that the big one that lights up?
The big one.
Yeah.
So the thing that's cool about that one is it was actually sculpted by a prominent artist in the Godzilla community named Dope Pope, who I've been following for a good while. And I think he's done some X Plus figures in the back, but he's a cool dude.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that. That's cool.
Yeah. And that's part of why I want to buy it, because he actually he commented on my art page once and said I was doing a good job. So I'm a little biased and I kind of want to buy it now.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's pretty sweet. But yeah, it's a cool looking figure. But what's it, like $450, I think?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, it's definitely a little on the steep side. So I might wait for it to come out and see the initial reaction that most people are having and see if they think it's worth it or not. And if I can still get it, maybe I will.
I kind of feel like it looks a lot like the big Bandai 91 from back in the day. Like, I feel like there's a lot of similarities between the two.
Yeah, I guess I could definitely see that. I never really thought about that, but yeah, I can definitely see it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it does look really good.
Yeah. In the meantime, I've canceled my pre-orders on the smaller sets until I find out, like, for certain when they're going to come out, because they've also had their dates moved back a bunch.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna wait till we know for sure, and then I'll pre-order them again.
Yeah, it's a little. Yeah. I was just gonna say it's a little dangerous with having all the pre-orders and then having everything get pushed back, because initially at the beginning of the year I was fine because it was like, okay, these 2 things are in January, then 2 in February, 3 in March, and now it's like I have 9 things that might come out this month, and I'm just thinking, like, if all these come out at the same time, I am screwed because they're gonna take all my money.
Yeah, I wish there were like more websites that gave you the option to just pay now. Get it out of the way so it doesn't surprise you in 5 months.
Yeah, and I don't know why that wouldn't be an option. It seems like why wouldn't they want their money sooner? So
Yeah,
I
it's
definitely
very
am in there
weird.
with you, because a lot of times when I pre-order something, it's because I have the money right there, and then
Yeah.
by the time it drops 6 months later, sometimes I don't quite have everything as organized as I wish I did.
Yep, that's how it's been. I made a joke before that I've canceled literally everything I've ever pre-ordered except for the SH Monster Arts Godzilla 89. I think that's the only pre-order I've actually bought.
Really?
Just because I'm like, oh, I don't have money for this anymore. Sorry.
Yeah, yeah. So I'm definitely right there with you on that one. But with the Mezco stuff, they did the Destroy All, doing the Destroy All Monsters set, and I was really hoping that since that the Destroy All Monsters was kind of the big climactic ending to an era of Godzilla movies, and so was Final Wars.
Yeah.
I'm hoping they do a big Final Wars set, do like Godzilla, Mothra, Rodan,
Yeah, that would be
Monster
nice.
X, Anguirus, Kaiser Ghidorah, Gigan.
Considering Bandai kind of half-assed their Final Wars effort, it would be nice for someone to actually go in and do the rest of them.
Right, yeah. And it's sad that they did, because, the Final Wars suit, just I guess because it's so similar probably to the 2002 in a lot of ways, is another one of my favorite suits.
Mm-hmm.
And it was one of the first Japanese movies I saw, and I still think Monster X is really cool.
Yeah.
I know some people, bash on him, but I think he was really cool and a lot of fun. And the fact that we've only gotten one Bandai and not a ton else. I think he's got some of the more, some of the small, the other, I think Marmot has one, doesn't he? I think.
Yeah. There were some the mini battle G line did a lot of the kaiju. Like they did a Kaiser, they did a Monster X, and then they also did like Ebera and Zilla, and I have the Zilla, and I also have the Gigan from that line. But those are like tiny figures. But yeah, I was gonna say, once again, since I got the figure, Monster X has grown on me quite a bit, and that figure is like extremely well articulated for a Bandai figure, I gotta say.
Yeah, it definitely is. Yeah, mine's yeah, he's just right there. And yeah, that's definitely a really good one. I think when I bought him, I got one that didn't have the tag, and now I'm regretting it because I wish mine had the tag. But
yeah, I still feel like Kaiser Ghidorah is kind of lame, but I like Monster X now.
Yeah, I like Monster X a lot more than Kaiser Ghidorah, and Kaiser Ghidorah kind of seems like he's cool looking for sure, but he just kind of seems like a whatever version of Ghidorah.
I wish they saved the the Rebirth of Mothra Grand King Ghidorah design for Final Wars, because that would have been awesome.
Oh, and then done that would have been sweet.
Because that's my favorite Ghidorah. Like that figure's my favorite Ghidorah figure. That design's my favorite Ghidorah design. It's just so awesome.
Yeah, do you have that figure?
I do. It's I can see it from here. It's just sitting on the shelf over there.
Yeah, I don't really have anything right outside the immediate like Godzilla movies. I don't stray too far from the path, so I don't really even have any of the Mothra. I have like the Bandai Creation did the Rainbow Mothra.
Yeah.
I have that, but I bought that Mothra before I even knew that Mothra had her own movies. I just saw it, and it was the only Mothra that was at Toys R Us, so I just got it. But I definitely need to broaden my horizons a little bit in terms of it would be cool to get the Grand King Ghidorah and a couple other, and like the Armor Mothra is really cool.
Yeah, I in terms of that, I mean, I do have an entire Gamera collection, even though I've never seen, I've seen 2 Gamera movies. I just thought they looked cool, so I bought a bunch. And then like with Yamada no Arachi, from the movie Yamada Takara, which is a fun movie, kind of silly sci-fi stuff. I bought Arachi because he looked good next to Godzilla Kaiju, but the other monsters in that movie are like cybernetic samurais and robot bird things, and I'm just like, those won't look good in my collection. I'm not going to buy those, but I will get the giant dragon. So
yeah, that's definitely a really cool figure, and I feel like I ended up talking about that when I talked to G Forever. I think we ended up. I think that guy came up somehow.
It's like I can never come up with anything original.
I know, no, G Forever just talks about everything and makes us all look stupid.
He's very knowledgeable. I wish he would do more videos over like his older stuff because those were my favorite videos he did.
Yeah,
like
I
covering
actually
the old Bandai.
yeah, I actually talked to him about that when I talked to him on this. Um, just like how he did that '90s Godzilla video, and the old like the vintage stuff. And that video was super entertaining, and it's crazy how much he knew. And then he was the one who actually convinced me through that video to pull the trigger on the big 91. If I can get him out without knocking over this guy.
Yeah,
so I just recently got this guy a couple months ago, and it was because I watched that video over and over again and was just like, all right, I need to pull the trigger on this guy.
So once again, more proof that we are the same person, because that video got me to buy it too. And it's still my absolute favorite figure in my collection. I don't know why, something about it just looks so good to me.
Yeah, it's like a unique size too. It's not any of the doesn't really scale with anything, which kind of is annoying, but
but it's not like it's big as in it's like a proper Godzilla figure, but it's not like unwieldy big. Because imagine a kid trying to play with the super premium Godzilla, for example. It just wouldn't work. But
no, not really.
This one, it's big, but it's still manageable.
Yeah, definitely. It looks nice and good on the shelf, whereas the super premium might have to sit on the floor. I don't have shelves big enough for him.
Yeah, mine's just sitting in the corner there.
Yeah, that's too funny. So I assume, did you get your 91 through Rip City also?
Actually, no, I got it just a few months before I met him. It was actually my first purchase of 2021. The first thing I got from Rip City Kaiju was actually a Godzilla 1998 Bandai vinyl from the Mothra Kaiju Legends line, which is another figure a lot of people don't know exists.
Yeah, I think I'm one of them. I didn't know that was a thing.
So okay, I have a thing where I'm trying to get like every Japanese Godzilla 1998 figure that exists, because there aren't very many. And same with Zilla, but there's obviously, so for Final Wars they did a small Zilla figure, which is to this date the only Zilla figure that's ever been made, except for the YMSF one that's coming out soon that I'm super excited for. But then they also did two Godzilla 1998s, noticing that they are distinctly different characters. And then Yutaka, which I think is owned by Bandai, did a Godzilla 1998 as well. And as far as I know, those are the only ones that exist as of right now.
Okay, I'll have to. That'd be cool to definitely get one of those, because it'd be nice to have a. It'd be cool if they did like a prop, a 6-inch movie monster series.
Yeah,
one that'd be.
I'd love to see that, but in the meantime, the YMSF's 6-inch Godzilla 1998 looks great. Or it's Zilla, not 1998, but I'm very excited for it, so that'll be great.
Yeah, I'll have to check that one out when it drops, because it'd definitely be cool. I only have one YMSF, and it's the one of the Kamungas he just did. And I just did that because any other Kamunga is so hard to find really anything of, and I wanted to have some representation on the shelf. So when he did one of his reissues of the Kamunga, I picked that up.
Yeah, YMSF's kind of become my favorite company lately. I've got a bunch of stuff coming in, including a so they just released a model kit for their 8-inch Hedorah figure, and I sent that off to be painted a while back. And I'm also getting their Godzilla 89. I've got 2 of the stylized 6-inch Hedorahs coming, and I just got a bunch of stuff from YMSF.
Okay, yeah, they're definitely pretty good. I intentionally avoided them for the longest time, kind of for the same reason that part of the same reason that you avoided the X Plus or the SH Monster Arts more specifically, I guess, just because I knew there's a million of things of it, and I didn't want to get sucked into that rabbit hole of buying all the YMSF stuff until I was at a better place in my Bandai collection. I want to kind of keep checking off the Bandai stuff before I venture too far out into the that realm, at least.
Yeah, if I were to recommend one YMSF figure, I'd say definitely get the 1956 Rodan. I think it's probably the best looking sculpt of that design that's ever been done.
Oh, okay, that's cool. I'll definitely have to check that one out. And yeah, I definitely gotta a strong pull to like that sculpt after Playmates did theirs. The 56
Yeah.
Rodin. They did a really good job.
That's my favorite Rodin design.
Yeah. Especially because that one was only like $10 or something. It was really cool to be able to get that such a pretty good depiction of the sculpt and stuff for such a cheap price.
Yeah, I'm glad to see Playmates is getting better. I still like yearn for the days where 10-year-old me could just go to the store and see Bandai creations on the shelf. It's not the same.
Yeah, no, I'm right there with you. I do miss going into the Toys R Us and beelining right back to where I knew all the Godzilla stuff was, and seeing if they had anything. I remember going there all the time searching for the 12-inch Gigan, which I never ended up finding at the store. I had to get that one online.
Yeah, I have an interesting story with that one too, which I can also get into in a minute. But I do remember when the what was it called, the Fusion series first came out with the and just kid me was just so amazed by that, like just all this fancy glitter and colors and stuff, and I really want to go back and get all of those.
Yeah, I really wish I was able to find the Godzilla 2000 Fusion, and then just like 2 months ago I found someone selling an unboxed used Fusion Mothra, but I only got it because it was like $20 or something. But yeah, I missed that Fusion line, and now you can hardly even find them sometimes. Like that MikeGodzilla is so cool.
See, a while back, back when I was knocking stuff off my list, and I wanted to get the Bandai America Godzilla 2014 since the Japanese one kind of sucks, and I couldn't find any listings for it, but I saw someone did like a box set listing where they threw a bunch of random figures in, including that one, and I got the whole box set. It had like 7 figures for $20, including the Fusion series MikeGodzilla. So for a while I had it, but then some sort of financial thing happened and I had to sell it, and ever since then I'm like, oh, I should have sold something else.
Yeah, oh, man, yeah, that would have been a hard one to part with, because those fusions are really cool, and that MikeGodzilla is probably the best one. It's definitely really cool.
So with the big Gigan, do you know how much you paid when you eventually got it?
I don't. I think because I ended up eventually getting it for Christmas from my parents.
Oh, okay.
But I think they said they got it for like 60 or something, 60 or 70.
Okay.
And this was back, right when they were starting to, phasing out the 12-inch stuff being in the stores.
So more recently, I've seen them go around the 100 to 120 range on eBay, and I didn't want to pay that. So what I did is I found 2 damaged figures and I bought those and then combined them. And so my Frankenstein Gigan only cost me about maybe $45 total.
Wow, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
Not too bad at all. That's cool. But yeah, the Gigan is a really cool one. I was super stoked to have it finally, just because it was so elusive for such a long time.
Yeah, I mean, I find it interesting that Bandai Creation had 4 12-inch figures, or one of them was more 10-inch, and they only ever reissued 2 of them, and then they reissued those 2 like every other year basically, so that you could find them. Like I bought mine in stores like a year ago, so they're still super easy to find. But then the Gigan and then the Godzilla 2014 12-inch or 10-inch are just impossible to find.
Right, yeah. Yeah, but yeah, I definitely remember always seeing the Godzilla 2004 and the Kiryu. Those ones were, and especially the Godzilla 2004. I'd go into the store and be like, okay, there's 1 Kiryu and 5 2004s. But that was after, I was just searching for like the 1 or 2 6-inches that I still needed.
Yeah.
Going to the store, but always seeing and I actually recently went back and bought another a second 2004 to keep in the box, because that was the first Godzilla figure I ever went and bought when I started getting into Godzilla. And something that took me forever to figure out is actually it's actually right here because I just the way my setup is so this was the first Godzilla I ever got, the 2004, and I didn't realize this at the time, but like,
Oh,
look how I didn't, and I just thought that's the way he came, and then I started watching other people review it, and I was like, oh, I totally got ripped off. Like his foot's all deformed.
I
But
mean,
I can't hate him because it was the first figure I ever got. So, but I did go back and buy a second one to keep in the box and kind of have like a mint condition.
to be fair, a couple of the Bandai creation sculpts do kind of look deformed. Like
Yeah.
the Godzilla 2000 comes to mind, and I'm just like, why did they make his feet so weird? It didn't make any sense to me.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out. I'm trying to remember where he is sitting. I know he's close. Oh, he's behind a bunch of stuff, but yeah, he definitely, and he's got that, isn't his big toe stick way out, and
He's got like that arched foot thing going on. It's strange.
yeah. Well, then even his body just like felt,
Yeah.
he was like
And
kind of lean. He's just a little weird.
I thought it was funny because when I first got that, and once again, that was my first Godzilla figure, I was like blown away at like, I was like, wow, this is super movie accurate. This looks amazing. And then I got the Japanese one, and I'm like, wow, I didn't know what I was talking about. That wasn't movie accurate at all.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. It's funny. I definitely was much. I mean, obviously, because I was younger, but when I was younger, I definitely remember getting it. I could get like the weirdest, lamest figure ever. And because I was excited because it was a new Godzilla figure, I'd like only see the positives, which I guess was good. But it's just kind of funny, like looking back on some of the stuff that I was super obsessed with, when I was first collecting.
Yeah.
And like I remember, and I don't remember. I mean, looking at it now, the GMK Bandai creation Godzilla is kind of goofy looking. But I was super obsessed with that one when I first got it. But yeah, and then
so it's funny is like go ahead.
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, okay. So I got that GMK figure in the set I was talking about before, where with a bunch of figures.
Yeah.
And I could have sold that one instead of the MechaGodzilla, but like I was just looking at it, I'm like, oh come on, this thing is so stupid. I cannot sell this. I need to have this in my collection. It's just so goofy looking.
Yeah, it definitely is. It's I can see it over in the corner right now. And yeah, it's hard to hate it, but definitely, thinking that was a good figure, and then he's standing right next to the NECA, which looks fantastic, and the 8-inch Bandai Japan, which is really amazing.
I still need to get the Hyper Hobby one. That's like another grail of mine in a sense. If you know what that one looks like.
I don't know that I do.
So it's a reissue of the 8-inch Bandai Japan, but they did it in the style of the Glitter Goji, but he's got like bright golden spines, and he's just super cool looking.
Okay, I'm trying to pull up a picture right now. See if I can. Oh, okay. I have seen this guy before. Yeah, that's a cool. I just didn't know that was Hyper Hobby. Okay.
Yeah,
that's definitely a cool one. The only Hyper Hobby thing I have at all is this little thing.
Oh.
I don't even remember what, but I bought something from somebody on eBay, and they threw that in the box also. So I was just, some dude just tossed it in for free, and that's the only Hyper Hobby thing I think I have in the whole collection.
Yeah. So a while back I bought this is related to getting free stuff in the box. So I bought the original Bandai Godzilla 1962, and the guy who sent it threw in, let me just grab these two little guys here. So
oh, those are fun.
Yeah, at the time I'm like, okay, these are cute. I did not know that these are both like vintage. So this one's from 84 and this one's from 83, I'm pretty sure. So that was kind of cool that he would, for the lulz, I guess.
Yeah, do you know, who made those?
So this one is Bandai, and like fluffy and soft and stuff. And this was for their Godzilla figures. But this isn't Godzilla. It's part of something called the Mascot Collection. And it's just a bunch of like fluffy, like flocked, I think they call it,
Yeah.
vinyl figures. And then this one's Yamakatsu, which is a often forgotten about company that was doing Godzilla figures at the same time Bandai started. And a lot of their stuff kind of looked better than Bandai, honestly. Like for the 80s, it looked really good.
Okay. Yeah, I was gonna say that one definitely looked like it was kind of like a flock. It looked like it was similar to the Funko Kong or something.
Yeah.
Did you end up doing all the Funkos for Godzilla versus Kong?
I didn't get all of them, but I got the ones I thought were the most important. I didn't get the like the Hong Kong City Lights ones. I skipped out on those ones, but I did get the flocked Kong, and then I got the two big ones, and then I got a Godzilla and a MikeZilla.
Okay, yeah. If you can find the Neon City ones, especially the Godzilla, I definitely would recommend them because that Neon City Godzilla was one of my favorite things that came out last year.
They definitely look cool. I'm putting up a new Funko shelf soon, so if there's room, I might try to sneak one in there.
Okay. Do you have any of the older Godzilla Funkos that they did?
I don't have the normal ones. I have two of the Hikari ones. Do you know about those?
I think I might recognize it if I saw it, but I don't know if I know it by if I know it by name.
I'll grab those real quick. Okay. Last time I'm grabbing a figure.
Sounds good.
I should have just I don't know if you can hear me, but I should have just put them by my desk.
Yeah, no problem. Yeah. I think he's talking about like the kind of stretched out guys.
Yeah, there they are. Okay. Put the headphones back on. So this is the standard one. So it's part of the Funko Hikari line, which is like their Japanese. I think it's just like Funko Japan, basically.
Yeah.
And so these were hand painted, very limited. I think there were about 700 of these ones made.
Wow.
And I'm keeping it in the box, but I do have the Burning Godzilla as well, which looks a lot cooler.
Wow, those look really cool.
Yeah. I would have taken this one out of the box if it weren't for the fact that we got Kenpachiro Satsuma on the side. So I'm not touching this one, basically.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
But yeah.
Okay, those are cool. Yeah, I'll have to check. I'll have to see if I can find those ones.
Yeah, some of them are pretty rare. I think there was one that had only like 200 made. So.
Really? Wow.
Yeah.
Those are pretty sweet. So I know you gotta get going here soon, so I'll try and start wrapping things up. Just a couple of things I like to end on. I think we've already kind of gone over a lot of it, but so you said your favorite suit design is the 89.
Yep.
And then is your favorite movie Godzilla versus Biollante?
I don't know that I like. It's definitely one of my favorites. I don't know that I have a specific favorite movie. Because I mean, the fact of the matter is, I'm one of those people that doesn't like hate any Godzilla movies. I get enjoyment out of all of them. I definitely feel like if I had to pick a favorite, Biollante would be up there. 85 would be up there. Godzilla 2014. I just love the tone and atmosphere in that one. And then the original and Shin Godzilla would probably be my choices.
Okay. That's a solid list. And then we've kind of gone over our Holy Grail, your Holy Grail items. So I guess the last thing I'll end on is what's the one thing that you currently have on pre-order, if much of anything, that you're most excited for?
That's a tough one. Most excited for, I think. Well, I mean, it's not exactly on pre-order, but I think I'm just really excited for the X Plus Godzilla 98, just because it's so rare and it's so cool looking, and I just really want it.
Okay, that's for sure. Yeah, that one sounds awesome. I can't wait to check it out when you get it. Hopefully, hopefully you can post a little something, at least an unboxing, and show it off a little bit.
Yeah, I definitely need to start making videos more.
Yeah, I'm sometimes bad about that too. When I'll get, especially like when I'll buy something that's old. Sometimes I'll just quietly open it and put it on my shelf and don't make a thing of it. But there's no harm in throwing up a recording of it, and then
So it's kind of funny. Something I was kind of a little bit salty about was when I got my memorial box. So it was the 40th one, and I'm like, okay, I got to do a video on this. Nobody has done a video on this in 10 years, and I'm going to be the first one to do it. And then when I got it, I was just so excited to open it. I said, screw it, I'm not filming this. And then I saw that you posted a video on it. I'm like, no, I've been beaten to it.
Yeah, that was one of the ones that I knew I really wanted to do a video of. But that's funny that it's just funny how the couple of items that we seem to get from the same person around the same time.
Yeah,
it's definitely funny. So we'll have to text them and say we just figured out that we have a little triangle of people.
There's a triangle here.
Yeah, that's definitely funny. Well, I really appreciate you to join us for a little while here on the podcast. It was a lot of fun chatting with you. We'll have to do it again sometime for sure.
Oh, sure, definitely.
Yeah, so everybody can definitely check out the channel. I'll link it down below. Mike's Godzilla Room. He's got a lot of fun stuff up there. Super cool collection, and he knows a lot about everything. Sorry?
Our slogan is we only post occasionally here at Mike's Godzilla Room.
We post when we feel like it.
Yes,
and even then, sometimes it doesn't happen. Yeah, because sometimes even I'll be sitting there like, oh, I should do something, and then I don't. So
yeah,
when the stars
are
more
active on Instagram.
Yeah, your Instagram definitely has lots of fun stuff on it. Yeah, more pictures of the collection and stuff. It's fun to check out all that too.
Yeah. Yep.
Alrighty, sir. Well, thank you so much for joining us.
Of course.
We'll sign off here. Hope you have a great rest of your night, and everybody who's out there still watching, thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.
Yep. Bye.